Hello everyone, welcome to Urbanscape Bangalore, and in this episode we will look at the bleeding heart vine or the Clerodendrum Thomsoniae. And I was startled to know that this belongs to the Lamiaceae family to which the mint belongs. Now that I realize that these rough, very papery leaves kind of give away this fact. It is native to the tropical regions of West Africa. The blooms look like this, and the arrangement of these flower clusters is called cymes. So the flower comprises of the calyx, that is five-lobed, and the red corolla, which is also five-lobed. The calyx comprises of the sepals and the corolla is the actual petal part of the inflorescence. So the bleeding heart nomenclature is most probably because of these blooms that look like blood in the form of the corolla oozing out of the heart-shaped calyx. The blooms are not fragrant. Now don't mistake this plant for the bleeding heart plant or the Lamprocapnus, they are different. The corolla will quickly fall, but the white calyx will remain for a longer duration, and as it fades it may change its color to a shade of pink. They do produce seeds and they are fascinating to look at too. So in this episode you will look at how I repotted this plant, and I will also give you some growing tips on the way. For the repotting, take a container, or you can grow this in the ground too. So I'm using an average sized container, and as usual, I will be covering the whole with a broken pot piece. For the potting mix, I'm using a mix of 50% sand, 40% compost and 10% coco chips. You can use garden soil if you want. But remember to add compost because this plant will bloom better with a rich organic potting mix. Remove the plant carefully without disturbing its roots unnecessarily. Place it in the middle and backfill to a point where the old topsoil level was. Never submerge your plants under soil while backfilling. Now I'm again adding some compost as mulch, and I'm using some rainwater here. Now sometimes your plant after repotting might exhibit such droopy leaves, and this means that there is some stress that the plant has undergone. Mine may be because I repotted this during the afternoon hours, so remember to do all your repotting during the evening hours. Don't worry, I gave this plant some shade and left it undisturbed, and the leaves have perked up again. The plant is a vine and must get some kind of a support in the form of a trellis, or in my case, I'm going to rest it on this wall. Now for some basic care tips. Sunlight. Though mistaken for a full sun plant, this is more likely to thrive better under part sun conditions, but it will not bloom in complete shade. So I give this a balcony shade exposed to the southwest direction. If you grow this in full sun, make sure you don't forget to water, especially during the summer months. This is not a new plant to India. I still remember when I was a kid, I used to see a lot of these plants grown in Kerala. Watering. This plant likes consistent watering, but make sure you don't unnecessarily overwater and kill it. Fertilizer. The more you fertilize this plant, the more it will bloom. So use compost every month, especially during its growing months of summer. You can also add vegetable waste. Pruning. This blooms on new wood, so once the flowers dry, you can prune that particular stem. This can bloom throughout the year, but is a predominantly summer blooming plant. Pests. This is quite pest resistant, but mealybugs may become a problem if the plant is stressed out. If that is the case, then use neem oil pesticide thrice a week till you see a reduction in their population. This cannot tolerate frost and must be taken indoors into a warm location or a greenhouse. Propagation. You can propagate this with stem cuttings very easily or with seeds. Maybe in the future I will cover its propagation. So folks, bring this plant home and see your heart beating for these mesmerizing bleeding hearts. With this, we have come to the end of yet another episode of Urbanscape Bangalore, and I really hope you enjoyed this particular program. Additionally, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are given below. So thank you for watching, and until we meet again, a very warm goodbye.